What's going on, guys? I'm Nisha Jackson, journalist on camera host, and I'm here with Keonna Farmer. Keonna, please introduce yourself.
Hey, my name is Keonna Farmer, and I help teens, young adults, and student athletes better their future through mentorship, sports, and influence.
Nice, nice. So, how is this career path helping you for the business world with the sports and helping athletes and things like that?
So my career path right now is in education. I am a special education teacher, and it has helped me tremendously with really getting into the school systems and seeing where the disconnect is, seeing how process and systems work, knowing the point of contact, learning about funding, learning what the state is looking for. So just really getting in there and getting that hands-on experience. And not only that, working with athletes and working with teens and young adults literally every single day. So I get to help them with all the things that I focus on. And I get to do it through mentoring, sports, and influence.
So what is sports to you? Because I know you are an athlete yourself. So what is sports to you?
To me, sports is a way to use your God-given talents to better the world.
Okay.
That's really what sports is to me. Like, I feel like if you are talented enough to play sports and do something, then you should be using your talents to make the world a better place. Sports makes the world a better place. It gives us entertainment. It gives us outreach. It gives us influence. It gives us mentoring opportunities. It gives us the opportunity to make a difference.
I love the answer.
That's how I look at it.
I love the answer. So tell us about your athletic experience.
Okay, so my athletic experience. I started, so it's a journey. I think it's a very unique journey, and I think it's what makes me different, relatable, and unique as well. And why I feel like I'm called to help student athletes and teens and young adults through sports, along with mentoring and influence.
You have men, female, and males too, right? It's for both.
Yes.
Okay, gotcha.
Yes. So that's another way that my career path has helped me. I've been working with young adults, teens, youth, all those things above for many, many, many years. Like my background's in education. Even in college, I did paraprofessional and substitute teacher. I was always in the classroom. But this school year with teaching, something just kept telling me I need to work with males. And it just kept presenting itself to work with males. And with me working with males, like I just kept helping them create these transformations that they needed to help them go to the next level.
What type of transformation?
So someone was a senior, and I will give this example. I'm really dedicated to education and knowledge and giving the younger generation accessible and attainable resources, because free does not always mean accessible and attainable.
I love that you said that.
So I do my best to give them those things. So I had one senior who I seen him talking to another teacher, and she kept trying to beg him to go work at the Dollar General warehouse after school. So with them being exceptional education, they get different like workforce development programs for them. So they would go on field trips to like the warehouse and other little places. But I was overhearing it, and he was like, I'm not selling myself short. I'm not doing this. I'm not doing that. And he was saying, I can do HVAC and I can make X, Y, and Z. And so after hearing it, me and him went for a walk and we was talking. And so throughout their journey, even up to now, I've been able to help him figure out a career path, help him get enrolled into a local community college, and utilize their workforce development programs to get his education paid for, his credit, and then just other like mindset and personal growth stuff. So it really, grew a bond, and I've been able to truly, help him.
What do you get out of it?
What I get out of it is joy, excitement. I know that I'm utilizing my gifts, so I sleep at night feeling accomplished.
That's important.
Those are the people that are going to be the next wave of things. No matter what's going on, they're the next wave of things. But with that, and then with sports, so I played sports since I was little. First, I started out modeling. Okay. A fun fact: I played the piano.
Nice.
My mom had me.
You still know how to play the
No.
piano? I'm so easy.
No, I probably know the basics. My mom had me in a lot of different things. I mean, she utilized everything. So that's another reason, like, why I do what I do, because I don't really verbally always say this, but I help with the parents as well, because even when they get done with me, they still gotta go home to an adult.
Exactly.
So it's everybody has to be on one accord.
I like that.
Yeah. So I offer things for them, even though I don't just like peachy. So when I'm like about to have a workshop or I'm about to offer a certain program, then I will talk about it. But I get to do that in my actual 9 to 5 as well with my job, is work with them. But my mom, she played a huge factor in a lot of my success and accomplishments. So she had me piano because I had long fingers. So then she put me into modeling, and then I went to the YMCA one day with my daddy while he was working out. I picked up the basketball and the arithmetic.
So you fight with the ball.
Yes, not starting out though. My parents did not want to sign me up. So
why? Is it because you were a girl? Or
no,
are a girl?
I guess they wanted to see. Well, I guess like, do I really want to play? Cause I came home saying I want to play.
Okay.
And they would sign me up, and so when I got my first dose of entrepreneurship. I had a sewing machine, so I used to sew too. I started sewing socks at the house and selling to my dad for $3 to raise money for the basketball fee.
Nice.
And they saw I was serious, and so then they signed me up. My first year of sports, I sucked. I flat out sucked. I used to actually get bullied some. One of the girls would be like, "Oh, you messing up my position on the court by not doing X, Y, and Z and stuff." I sucked. But next year,
you worked on it.
I was the flyest player on the court.
Is that because you worked on it?
Absolutely. I was in the gym all day. I fell in love with basketball, and so I played AAU. And then I played middle school basketball.
Okay.
In middle school, I didn't know all that went into sports. Like, I was just hooping.
Okay, I can see that, because you think it's just shoot the ball.
Yeah.
But there's so much more to it.
It was so much more. So I was playing basketball. We won 2 championships at the middle school. I went to WJ Christian, and then my 8th grade year, I said, oh, well, I hope to just, go to Shades Valley. I wanted to go to the SMART program. And then I was like, oh, I hope to make varsity and get a little playing time. And so my coach was like, no, you're going to go to Ramsey High School and you're going to play varsity.
And Ramsey, that's the top-notch school right
Exactly. So I'm just like, okay, whatever. Didn't really think nothing of it. So then she took me to a Ramsey High School game. I don't know if you know her name, Kenisha Horn. She was the one player in the country, All-American, everything you can think of. And so I was thinking of her play, and one of my old classmates was like, oh, you don't know Kay? I was like, no, I don't. And so after I seen her play, I went to the locker room and was like, oh my God, I want to be just like you. And so fast forward, I was playing AU for this little small team or whatever. And then one of my other friends who played sports, she played for the Alabama Roadrunners.
Okay.
So the Alabama Roadrunners is supposed to be like one of the top programs. And so my practice got canceled one day. And my practice got canceled, and I remember her saying like, oh, our team, a B-Shot team, this, and that. I'm like, okay. So I'm still not really thinking much into sports and what I was going to it. So I'm just hooping. And so when my practice got canceled, we went to her practice one day. And I fell in love with it. I was like, okay, they was doing a lot of different stuff.
I can see that. They were doing a lot of stuff.
Okay, so they were doing a lot of different stuff, and then
like drills and teamwork.
Yes, and the coach was like, okay, they don't have any more room or whatever on the team. They filled up, and so then this one started dawning on me that I'm actually good in sports. And so the coach was like, well, who is your daughter? He was talking to my mama, and she was like, Keonna Farmer. And he was like, oh, the point guard from WJ Christian? And she was like, yeah. He was like, oh, we always got room for talent. And so I got put on the team. And then after that, pretty much my basketball career had pretty much took off. And I did end up going to Ramsey. I started. I became a standout freshman, you can say. I wanted like the standout player of the team now. but I was a top freshman.
Okay.
You know, being a freshman at Ramsey. At Ramsey.
in high school, period. But yeah, Ramsey is that school. Definitely.
So that happened, and then I ended up transferring after my coach, Coach Mosley, he left and went to college after my freshman year, so I transferred over to Irvin, which is now Centerpoint. And so throughout there, we actually won the first championship ever, the only one actually for Irvin/Centerpoint, and it was the first ever girls basketball championship for Jefferson County.
And you was a part of that.
Yes. And
yes.
Throughout that journey, I was like top everything that you could possibly think of. Top in the country. Every award that you can think of, I had some type of part.
Nice. And that's what makes you perfect for the job that you're on, because you've experienced.
I had
the
a
highs,
lot
the lows,
experience. Like even in college, I went to Auburn my freshman year. So let me back up. This is the funny part. A lot of people don't know this. So I actually committed to Alabama. Then I ended up decommitting.
You did right.
I decommitted and then I signed to Auburn. So I signed to Auburn and then I transferred after my freshman year. I went to UAB. And I graduated early. And then for my 5th year, I went to the University of North Florida. And
so you got a taste of kind of like everything.
Yeah, so I've experienced diverse coaches, different coaching styles, women coaches, men coaches. I've experienced playing SEC, mid-major. I experienced around the bench. I experienced not getting playing time.
Yeah.
I experienced not always seeing eye to eye with my coach. I experienced being far away from home, and that was hard my last year. 7 hours away, and you having to make that adjustment, and I was used to my parents being at every single one of my games at UAB.
That safe haven.
Yeah, and that right there, I think, was like the biggest, all those different things that I went through in sports, it was like a great experience for me to now be able to relate to them.
Even when you didn't understand it, it still worked out to me. Tell me some fun facts about you. You already said you played the piano. What else you got?
I was born at home on accident.
Oh, I would say, really? You had a doula?
No.
On accident.
I was born at home on accident, and I was actually named after, I just recently found this out maybe last year, that I was named after this little girl that used to live in that neighborhood that I was born in. Her parents got killed in front of her when she was 2 years old. Doing a home invasion, and my mom was like, she knew she was going to be somebody one day. Her name was Keonna, so she ended up naming me after her.
Nice, that gave me chills.
Nice. And the fact that I just found it out last year.
So when you say accident, was you already almost out, or you was already out and they could get to the hospital?
Okay, my mom said that they went to the hospital, and then they sent her home. They said she wasn't ready. So she came home, and she said she was using the restroom. She was on the phone with my grandma. And my grandma was like, Kelly, you need to get up before you made the baby come out. So I'm good. And when she got up, I was coming. And it wasn't no getting in the car and going. And then back then they had house phones and stuff. So everything was just slower by the time the ambulance got there.
True. And boom.
In the house.
So what do they call those? They call them home births. So you was a home birth. Not all the way, but you were definitely a home birth.
Yes.
What's your competitive advantage?
My corporate background and experience, and my diverse athletic experience.
Nice. I love how you put your words. So where do you see yourself in the next 5 years with what you're doing?
In the next 5 years, I see the things that I'm doing touching over 10,000 young adult student athletes teams, and I see it being global. So I have different things that I am working on strategically to impact people, and not really just think about it now, because I've been taking my time with a lot of things I'm doing, and that's important to me because now we're in like a microwavable generation where a lot of people want instant success, or people are branding their stuff around something that we don't really know if it's going to be here in the next 2 years or not. So I'm really trying to build up things so that it's going to create a long-term impact and not just a for now.
I got you.
Impact.
I love that. That's people don't forward thinking. Obviously, you're forward thinking, and I can see you on the side of the court, a basketball court, football court, standing there with your heels on. Because women are taking over in the sports field. My girl Sid Carter, Sydney, she get up there with exactly what you have on and be up there coaching. So I can definitely see that happening for you. What's some advice that you would give to someone who's looking up to you and looking into just becoming a sports consultant or just wanting to mentor athletes?
Don't burn bridges. Keep your integrity. Keep your word. That is major.
Did you read that out of a book?
No, this is from experience.
That was too good. That was really good.
This is from experience. Like, really keep your word. Even when it don't seem like it's going right, trust me, they're watching. 1 year during AAU, sports is very political. I didn't get much playing time for political reasons, even though I knew how good I was and they did too.
Okay.
I didn't, quit. I know that there are a lot of different things going on. People ready to quit. People, I know my worth. Okay, that's fine, but you still got to put in this work. So even after that, I think months later, that same coach nominated me to win this Nike Awards to be a brand ambassador for the Nike House of Hoops grand opening.
Nice.
So, integrity, keep your word. I still talk to this coach. I still work with this coach. Those are the biggest things. Because it's easy to burn a bridge. It's easy to lose your integrity. It's easy to not keep your word.
Yeah.
So
that was real good. That was real good, Keonna.
And take advantage of every opportunity. Like literally, I have people say, "Oh, you know how to do so much." And it's really because of my experience. I took advantage of everything that was presented to me.
You definitely tapped and touched a lot of things, but that's what makes you great, having that experience and being able to share that experience. You wouldn't be here if you didn't know what you was talking about. You wouldn't be here if you didn't have those experiences. So they definitely worked out for you. Keonna Farmer, thank you so much for being here. I'm so glad we got to know you, got to know the sports Keonna. The sports Keonna. There is one more question. You did have an accident that kind of prevented you from playing.
Well, it wasn't an accident. It was a surgery.
Okay, a surgery.
I had a surgery. So my senior year of college, and that's another thing, seeing the grind through. I went to school for 5 years. People remember my 5th year of sports.
Okay.
I was top everything we beat. The top team in the country. I set records. I broke records. I made it to the Wall of Fame.
Okay.
But they didn't realize, some people forget that I rode the bench at Auburn. Yes, I started at UAB, but I still had my struggles. And then it took me the 5th year. They say success usually coming your 5th year.
Yeah.
For that. But even after that, though, I was depressed and I didn't go overseas. And so I got myself together and I quit my corporate job to go back and train and go overseas and finish school and everything. But then I ended up being diagnosed with endometriosis. I had surgery, and I just didn't go. It was just.
So how did you bounce back from that mentally, spiritually, emotionally?
Well, I'm a grinder. I'm a go-getter. So
Definitely a hustler for sure. Definitely.
I did not let it keep me down too long. But I always knew what I wanted to do with my life. So even after that happened, it was just like, okay, time to start applying for jobs that I was interested in, and I was finishing up my master's anyway. So that's pretty much how I just kind of like bounced back from it, just grinding it out, and then really soak in it.
I think first of all, it's good to know that you have so many people that you meet. There's always more, and you have a colorful background. I think that's really dope, and a colorful personality as well. Okay, y'all, Keonna Farmer here. Keonna, thank you so much for coming. Thank you for sharing your story and telling us who you are, what you do, and what you got coming up. Super excited. Congratulations.
Thank you.
All praises to the Most High. You get your fortune. Please get it. Get it. If you don't get nothing else, get it. Okay. All right, y'all. Bye.